back to the Nerdy Booktube channel. I'm Sophia, and this is going to be a Soph Says on The House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, which is book number 1 in the Crescent City series. Now, I read this for my owls. It was actually my Transfiguration book. I read it in 4 days. It was freaking awesome. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's absolutely a new favorite, but I thought I would share it with you and some more detailed thoughts on it. Now I will go through characters, plot, and overall enjoyment. I will not go into details or a lot of details because I don't want to spoil anyone, so you can absolutely be sure that this is spoiler free. And I read it as an ebook, which is why I don't have a physical copy of it. Now, first things first, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. As I said, I absolutely loved it. I loved every single Sarah J. Maas work, so it's not a surprise for me. I absolutely adore it, and I want to reread it again soon-ish. So you can expect that book to appear maybe again this year in one of my wrap-ups. But characters. So we have 2 main characters, which are Bryce Quinlan and Hunter Athalar. And Bryce is a half-fae girl, and she's a woman, okay? She's 25, I think. 20 something. And she is an art collector, an antique collector. She works for a witch fled. Ha! And the witch fled her alliance? I'm not even sure how to call it, but basically, yeah, Bryce works for her, and yeah, that's our main character. She is super cute, she is super adorable, she is a cinnamon roll, but that cinnamon roll will kill you because it has poison in it, so beware. And it must be protected at all costs. And she has a sphinx as a pet, and I want a sphinx as a pet. I really want a sphinx as a pet after reading the book. What the hell? Anyway, then we have Hunter Athalar. He is an angel, and he has like a very unusual power. He can control lightning, and that's not usual at all. And he was, I'm not spoiling when I'm saying this, but he was involved in a coup d'etat, and basically he tried to overrun the system, and so he is actually branded, so his powers are contained and he has to serve whoever owns him, basically. And then we have Danica Fender, I believe that's her last name. So Danica is actually a very powerful werewolf from the pack of the devils, and she is Bryce's best friend. She is adorable. Again, another cinnamon roll that is supposed to be protected, like at all costs. And she is one of the main impulses for the story to happen. And I'm not going to talk about any more characters because, first of all, I don't want to rob the joy out of anyone of getting to know the characters and the world. And second, I don't want to reveal many connections between the characters, and also these are all the characters that I'm going to talk about. Oh, I'm going to talk about one more character, which is Lahaba, and she's a fire sprite, and she is the sassiest little MF, and I absolutely love her, and I want a fire sprite too. I want a lot of creatures after reading this book. I just want a pet sphinx, and I want a fire sprite, and I want creatures. I want creatures, you know? Creatures. Plot-wise, we are following Bryce and Danica, and they are trying to fight back the system because a guy which bombed the club just got out of jail on a technicality on his paperwork, and so Danica is pissed because the guy is dangerous. So she is just like trying to see what the hell she can do to get him back in jail, and we follow stuff from there. Things happen, Bryce meets Hunt, and they have a mission in common, and they need to help each other to accomplish that mission. Okay, so as I was saying, then Bryce meets Hunt, and they have a mission together that they need to solve in order to solve things. Their objectives are not the same, but the mission is the same, and they have to learn how to work together. Things happen. The sexual tension in this book is high, and you know, there's a ceiling, and it bursts the ceiling. It just explodes everything until it reaches the end of the universe. That's the level of sexual tension that there is in this book. Everyone was saying that this book had like amazing sex scenes and everything. It doesn't. It does have like one sex scene, and it's kind of cut off in the middle because something, but it's not like, oh, there are some scenes in Throne of Glass, in the Throne of Glass series, that are sexier and more sexual than what happens in this book. Now, careful, because the adult rating is not there just to embellish it, because they do mention a lot of drugs and sex and gore details on deaths in general, like the overall deaths and torture that happens. So if you are bothered by any of that, I would suggest you to be careful when you pick this up, or maybe it's not for you. I would advise you to be very, very careful when you step into this world. Now, overall enjoyment, I absolutely loved it. I want to have the next book right now, and I love the feeling that it gave me. The city, the magic system, the hierarchy that exists, because there's a hierarchy in there. Just overall, the things in general, they are just so freaking good. It's so freaking amazing, and it's honestly a very, very, very good book. Everyone was saying that they found it to be very slow in the first 300 or so pages. I don't think so. There is a bit of world building. The landing on the new magic system and world is kind of rough, because you're like thrown into a new world, and then they start explaining like what the hell is going on. So landing is a bit rough, but then you'll get back on your feet. And I don't think it's slow, because there's a lot happening and a lot of character development important for our plot development. So yeah, I would honestly really, really, really recommend it. If you guys want to check it out, leave a comment down below if you want me to do any more Soph says on books that I read, or if you want to suggest some books for me to read. Just leave me a comment down below. While you're there, leave a like, click the subscribe button if you haven't, and click the bell so you know when I post. Usually it's on Tuesdays, but with quarantine and classes and online tests and everything crazy that is happening, I'm not so sure if I'm being able to stick to schedule, but hopefully I will, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!